today, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting right to the point and we're gonna be touring a new construction home here in Dunnellon, Florida, with 1 acre of land, no HOA, no CDD, meaning no one can tell you what you can or can't do with your piece of land. Ladies and gentlemen, this property features 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2,011 square feet with 1 acre of land. This has a nice 2-car garage, and this is in an area that's nice, quiet, peaceful, relaxing. That's really what you can expect here. Now we're in an area called Rolling Hills today. Rolling Hills is on the west side of Ocala. You know, if you just drive a few streets that way, you're in Ocala. If you drive a few more streets that way, you're in Dunnellon. But both of these areas are intertwined with Dunnellon. Some parts are in Ocala, and that's what you get here. Now, all the properties here in the Rolling Hills area is going to be 1 acre lots. Now, some of these homes come on paved road, some of them come on crush and run, some of them are on dirt roads, but one thing is all in common, all these homes are on septic and well water. So if you guys appreciate getting free water and getting water straight from the Florida aquifer, this is an area where it's very common. Now, to give you a grander scale and idea of where we're located, Rolling Hills, like I mentioned, is on the west side of Ocala. We're only about 15 minutes away from the World Equestrian Center, and that's really what Ocala is known for. This is the horse capital of the world, ladies and gentlemen, and the World Equestrian Center is a $1 billion complex that is getting developed and ramped up. There's some type of new construction going on, and right now I believe they're building almost like an indoor mini mall commercial center. They have 2 highly rated hotels and endless equestrian events happening there. And it's not only just equestrian scene. Like if you have kids or families, I would take your kids during the holidays, during Easter, during Christmas, during New Year's, and they always have something really amazing going on. Now, we're also only 15 minutes away from Highway 200, which is where your dining, your daily needs, your entertainment, your shopping, all of that is gonna be just 15 minutes away from here. So it's almost that perfect blend, right? You have the peace, quiet, tranquility out here, but you're also still so close to the city. So whatever you need is very easily accessible. And I think that's why Ocala's been getting so much, or Dunnellon and Ocala has been getting so much popularity here. Now, during this video, I'm gonna show you this whole entire property. I'm gonna give you the understanding of, as a realtor, what do we look for when we step into a home like this? What are the finishes? What are the details? And what does the quality of construction look like? So I'm gonna give you my point of view touring this whole home. And then at the very end, I'm gonna give you some financial numbers on what it looks like. Our goal here on this channel is just to be as transparent and open as possible for you guys, because I feel like there's a lot of misinformation out there. So we want to be your resource of just getting transparent information, transparent news, what's going on in real estate, so you guys can have your overall best experience when it does come to buy or sell a property. Now with that, my friends, let's go ahead and get started. So first thing you're gonna notice is we're here on a corner lot. So for anybody who appreciates corner lots, this is a pretty cool one. You're gonna have some nice pine trees here at the northwest corner of the home, a long driveway leading up to your 2-car garage. You have the black and white exterior colors. You're gonna have a partial metal roof, partial 30-year architectural shingle roof. This is a concrete block and stucco home, meaning can really absorb and maintain any hurricane that comes through here. And I just wanna stop for a second and just tell you, here in Ocala, insurance is so low. Like a house like this can get insurance for about $800 to $900 just because there's very low risk. We're 180 feet above sea level. We're very central. And by the time a hurricane comes this way, you're fine. And one thing I always tell people, like, look, hurricanes have been hitting Florida for hundreds, and I don't know, as long as Florida's been around, but look at all these trees. These trees are some of them are hundreds of years old, and they're here. And Florida has a great infrastructure for it. So I don't want to talk about hurricanes too long, but now, my friends, let's go ahead, get inside the home. Now, stepping in the home, first and foremost, no carpet in this house. Below my feet, you're gonna have luxury vinyl plank throughout the entirety of the home. Now, as we enter, first things you really notice here is just how open this space is. You got your kitchen, your living room, your dining right over here. Massive tray ceilings here in this living room space. You got the built-in entertainment area. Nice fan fixture right above us. And truly, this is an incredible space here. You can set up that wraparound couch, or really this is a space to get creative understand and just have fun with what you're doing. The kitchen, it's nice to see a little bit of different things. You don't see the black countertops, the black backsplash, mixing well with the mini shaker cabinets and the black handle fixtures. Elegant, these are really nice, to be honest. They just match the house really well. And overall, this kitchen is fantastic. Again, you got the sink looking out into the backyard, your full 1 acre of land. So let's say you're cooking, you're cleaning, whatever's going on, you can keep an eye out on the kids. If you have a pool back there, even very good as well. Also, you got your nice hood that's gonna get all the air out of the property. Your stainless steel appliances, upgraded fridge, all of that. The whole kitchen itself is just fantastic. Now let's just point out one quick thing. Nice dining area, you got your chandelier right up here, and it's one of those where you don't bump your head if you walk under it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. So it's just tall enough. I'm about 5'10" and 3/4. That 3/4 is always important. So I'd say, what is this, like 6 foot?
I think I hit my head on it.
You hit your head on it?
I think so.
Okay, but sounds good. If you're 6 foot tall, you'll hit your head. If you're not, you'll be okay. Anyways, let's go take a look at the master bedroom real quick. So just follow me this way. Now here we have the master. Again, we're gonna continue with the same flooring. You're gonna have 2 kind of skylight vertical windows facing the south side of the home, a big one facing the west side of the home. This is gonna be your walk-in closet right over here. And then if you follow me in this way, we're gonna transition into beautiful porcelain tiles, elegant walk-in shower with the two-tone fit. You're gonna have the porcelain, the flooring, and then you're gonna have the wood look finish as well. Nice waterfall shower head, and then some extra space. The quartz, the mirrors, nice touches they've done in here. There's gonna be your toilet space and then your linen closet. Now, overall, bathroom's really nice, beautiful. I think for the price, which I'll get to at the end of the video, this is really a home run of a property. So right outside of the living room and open space, we have the laundry space. You got a sink, space for your washer and dryer. And now, give me 1 second, we'll get into the garage. 2-car garage, nice and epoxied, AC air handler, water heater right over here, electrical panel, and you got a door that takes you outside as well. So maybe, you're working in the shop, you don't want to go through the house, that's gonna be a good option. Now, my friends, let's get to the west side of the property, take a look at the next 3 bedrooms. Now, if you look this way, we got 2 bedrooms, one here, and then a bathroom. Let's start in here. This is gonna be 11 by 11 feet, 1 big window to get that nice view out to the front yard. Your closet space right over here. Another thing to note is these are all 8-foot doors, which is a really nice feature that not every builder does. Here's gonna be your bathroom. Nice quartz. You got your beautiful quartz toilet, tub, instead of walk-in shower, and a skylight. Very nice indeed. And then we got the next guest bedroom. Same dimensions, except the only difference is the window facing the west side of the property. And then you got your closet right here, but pretty much the same thing. So also a few other touches, 5¼ inch baseboards, which is nice. Cable outlet right over here. You got fans in here as well, so you don't have to spend $300-400 bucks putting in fans. And that adds up when you gotta put light fixtures in the whole house. I know when you go like pre-construction or custom built, they'll do the wiring, but they don't put the fans in. And I think they did a good job, especially with the colors. So follow me this way. Now, the perk about this house, look at this. Oh, you saw that? The perk about this house is, you have a room with its very own bathroom. So I actually made a mistake. This is a 3-bathroom home. My apologies. Here's a closet, tall ceilings, ceiling fan. Again, you have sink, toilet, tub, and this is gonna be a room, maybe that in-law, maybe the guests, maybe you have 1 kid and he wants his own personal space. This is gonna be perfect for him or them. Now, my friends, we saw the interior of the house. One of the most important parts of any property is looking at the land. So follow me. You got your patio space. If you've watched my past 3 videos, this is where the big green egg goes. This is where the Traeger grill goes. This is where we smoke brisket. This is where we make burgers, where we make hot dogs, and we have the whole family out here. We build a pool. and we have our land in peace and privacy. You do have one neighbor to the side. You got a lot of trees kind of covering that space, which is nice. And I will tell you one thing, when you're looking for a home out here, you got to pick and choose. Some builders clear the land and they'll kind of upcharge. I'd say per quarter acre, you're spending 8 to 10 grand. This is an acre of land. So if they cleared the whole thing, think about it. They spent 30, 40, maybe even 50 grand, depending on how dense the forest is. So those are things to think about as well. This is cleared. It's not sodded, so you might want to sod it if you need to. If you don't have to. And they left a couple standing trees, which is nice. Your well is gonna be right over here. And if you wanna have that garden, you know, the tomatoes, the trees. The first thing I did when I bought my house is we remodeled it. We also put 4 trees, an orange tree, an apple tree. The apple tree needs love. It's getting like that fungus on it, but we're praying over it. The avocado tree, and then the Venezuelan mango tree that's passed down from my family in Venezuela. And then I got some tomatoes, some pineapples from clients. I think we have basil. So we're creating an outdoor garden, but look how much space you have here. And I hope if you come to Florida, it's so cool to have land and cultivate your own fruits and vegetables. I think that's part of the perks of living in Florida, where it's warm enough to where you can do these things. Anyways, let's take a look at this beautiful house from the back side. And ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Let's get inside and I'll get you all the details. Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before we get into anything, my name is Renzo Montiuti. I've been in real estate for over 5 years now. When I got out of college at Florida Atlantic University, and I was selling shoes at Dick's Sporting Goods before I did real estate and delivering Uber Eats pizza. And then during COVID, I got my real estate license and started to just work. My first year of real estate, I sold like 3 homes, made like $10,000. I went more money than I've ever had in my life at that point, and I went to Vegas and spent it all in like 3 weeks, and it was just such a learning experience. But anyways, we've been doing this for a while, and year by year, I've just been looking to evolve and understand how good can we make the customer experience. And one key focus that my team and I have is, I have a team of 8 agents, and the key focus for us is, one, we're here to show you the best opportunities. We want to know every single detail about you, about the home you're looking for, about the experience you're looking to live here in Florida. And then we're gonna hand pick some options for you to see what is gonna be the best thing. Next, we're here to negotiate the best deal. If we do our jobs properly, we're gonna locate a property where you're gonna wanna move forward on. We're not here to force you or sell you into anything. We're here to give you an experience. We're here to give you as much of our knowledge as possible so you can make a sound decision for you and your family. And ultimately, that's gonna lead to you making a decision where you feel like you walk into a home and you just feel it. And I tell clients all the time, you're never gonna analyze a home that you're gonna live in. You're gonna feel it and you're gonna walk right into it. And typically it's the ones where you don't talk, you don't say anything, and you're just enjoying the moment. And you know, we know. And then from there, we negotiate the best possible deal. Right now, we're in a buyer's market, and we can get aggressive and we can get good deals, and we've been getting great deals for clients, and we're gonna continue to do so, especially in this market. And the way to tell is how much months of supply is in the market. Right now, we're about 5.34 months of supply. Anything over 5 means we're in a buyer's market. Anything below 5 means we're in a seller's market. And we're right in a buyer's market now. And that means the favor is in the buyers. And I'm not sure how long it's gonna last, because if and when rates come down, it's gonna make things more affordable and prices will go up. And then the last thing is, we're here to keep your money safe. We know you work dang hard for your money, and we do too. And we wanna protect your money in the decision-making process. Before you sign the contract, we're gonna show you what the inspection period is, the financing contingency, the appraisal contingency. If you have a home to sell, the home to sell contingency, meaning if your home doesn't sell or the contract falls through on your other property, the buyer can get their escrow money back on the home that they're purchasing. You know, we make sure you guys are safe from start to finish. And if there are risks involved, you know way ahead of time before you even sign the contract. And we give you our recommendations. We tell you if it's a good idea or not a good idea, or we tell you if, hey, we've had bad experiences with this builder, we're gonna be honest. And we're gonna be transparent, and that's what you can expect out of us. Now, back to this property, this home is $500,000. $499,000, ladies and gentlemen. The taxes on this home, you can expect to pay anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000. When you buy a house, the year it was built, you're only paying taxes on the land. Next year, you'll pay taxes on the home. Sometimes escrow lenders are gonna put money into escrow based off the estimated taxes, but you'll get that refund back at the end of the year once the county does their assessment. Also, let's get into a bit of financing. You know, this property can qualify for both conventional and FHA loans. So if you're looking at an FHA loan, you only have to put 3.5% down to buy a house. That's about $17,465 for a down payment. Now, whenever you buy a house, you also have closing costs. What are closing costs? Closing costs is gonna be the cost of inspection. It's gonna be your lender fees. It's gonna be your title fees. It's gonna be your appraisal. It's gonna be your survey. It's gonna be your credit report fee. It's gonna be transaction fees, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, it's gonna add up to about 3%. 3% of the purchase price of the home. 3% is gonna be pretty much $15,000. Essentially, our job, especially in a buyer's market, is to get that covered. And we are, with so many buyers. Now, I would say if this house just came on the market and it was priced at $450,000, we wouldn't be able to ask for closing costs. It would sell like that. And properties like that do come on the market. Good deals do come on the market like that. People who want to sell quick. And that's where we have to tell you, hey, this is not a time to negotiate because you're already getting a good deal. And we know how to decipher when it's good and when it's not. And we do the research. With that being said, if you wanted to purchase this home with a conventional loan, it would be a minimum of a 5% down payment. So let's just go ahead and talk about conventional for a second. That would be a $25,000 down payment. Now, why would you spend more money on a conventional loan to buy this house than with the FHA loan? Well, one, when you go with a conventional loan, once you hit 20% equity in your property, you no longer have to pay what is called private mortgage insurance. Private mortgage insurance on a property like this depends on your credit, depends on the property price, the location. But anyways, it could be about $250 per month. If you just add that up for a second, and that's an estimate, that's an extra $3,000 a year. When you have 20% equity in the home, you no longer have to pay an extra $3,000 a year. And over 30 years, that's $90,000. So if you put a 20% down payment on a property, you don't have to pay PMI, you're saving that money right away. But with FHA, you have to pay that PMI for the entirety of the loan. So that's something to think about. Now, FHA, you typically do get slightly better rates, but you do have to pay PMI for the life of the loan regardless. Now, there is a little caveat, a little trick that no one really knows about, but you know, it's not really too relevant. If you put 10% down on an FHA loan, on year 11 of the loan, you no longer have to pay PMI. But I tell people, if you're already putting 10% down on an FHA loan, you might as well go conventional. Like really, if you're putting 10% down, go conventional. Unless your credit doesn't let you. If you're looking at 10% down, secondary home, you know, vacation home, that's gonna be about $50,000. If you wanted to buy this as an investment property, that's gonna be $100,000, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, if you want to build equity, and again, if you put 20% down, you tell me, what don't you have to pay? Exactly. Those are the aspects of financing. Also, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all the veterans out there, the veterans who do the hard work, the veterans who do sacrifice a ton just so common folk like me can come and just work and do video and help clients buy homes. And I understand how much you sacrifice and how hard it is. And I have a lot of friends in the military. My grandfather was in the Italian Air Force, and truly we appreciate you. And I want you to know you guys also have a lot of benefits when it comes to real estate transactions, right? 100% disabled vets. You don't have to pay any taxes on property tax. You can use a VA loan, all veterans and active military, a 0% down payment. We get the closing costs covered. I just had a veteran purchase here in Rolling Hills actually, and he actually got money back at closing. And builders want to take care of veterans. I want to take care of veterans as well, and really make sure you guys are well taken care of, because you know, common folk we wouldn't have an idea of what you guys go through and what you have to sacrifice just so we can live a very comfortable life here in America. And I do not take that for granted. Guys, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you know, if you want to learn more about Ocala, we have a video talking about Ocala. So if you want to explore more about the real estate market, what's there to do, the entertainment, we have so many more videos. So I recommend go take a look at those. And And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I just came back from a 7-day meditation retreat, and I don't want to get too like spiritual or religious out, you know, and I know people have certain beliefs and things like that, but it's just, you know, I've really been tapping into meditation and deepening my connection with God and the creator of this earth and the divine. And I'll tell you, it's so real. It's so real. And every time I sit down and disinvest my energy and attention in the material world and focus my attention on the field, on the divine, and something happens within you. And you just have to feel it, connect to it. And I think there is, in this channel, I want to go down that route. I want to talk to you guys about it. I know it's maybe it's not always the best, but that's really what I'm passionate about as well. Personal development, seeing people change, and learning the science of change, learning how can we evolve ourselves, what are the hidden mysteries in the universe and in this world, how unlimited are we as human beings. Those are the thoughts that run through my mind every day. And I don't know if anyone's been to a Joe Dispenza event. It's a bit uncomfortable if you're not ready for the information, but it's, you get to learn a little bit more about the truth of existence and who we are, but that, I'm not gonna go too much here. Another video, we'll go deeper and deeper. I'll tell you some experiences I have and some cool manifestations and things happening and mystical experiences, but we'll save that for another day. I love you all so much. Thank you for viewing. And ladies and gentlemen, like always, I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.